Welcome back and thank you for joining us. And now we move to our interactive segment, which is our phone-in segment where your voice matters as our viewers. Now in this segment, we turn to the sensitive and complex issue of national security and religion. Now, over the weekend, the federal government dismissed claims by some international platforms and commentators alleging a systematic genocide against Christians in Nigeria. Now, the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, described those claims as false, divisive, and harmful to the country's peace. He stressed that Nigerian security challenges from terrorism to banditry affect Muslims, Christians, and people of other identities alike, not targeting one faith. Now, according to government figures, between May 2023 and February 2025, security forces neutralized more than 13,000 terrorists, rescued nearly 10,000 hostages, and secured over 700 convictions in terrorism-related trials. Now, authorities also point to inclusivity in national leadership, with Christians heading both the armed forces and the police force as evidence that no faith is being marginalized. Yet, despite these assurances, the narrative of religions Yet, despite these assurances, the narrative of religion's persecution continues to shape conventions abroad and at home, especially as we move closer to the 2027 elections. Now, critics argue that politicians may be exploiting religion as a tool for political gain, potentially deepening existing divisions. So this morning we ask, national security, are politicians weaponizing religion? And what does this mean for peace, unity, and the fight against insecurity in Nigeria? We'd like to hear from you this morning. Kindly call us in. The numbers are displayed on your screen. You can also send us a message. But before we open our phone line, Abdullahi Ahmed is standing by with this explainer. Let's take a look.
Is there really a Christian genocide in Nigeria today? Well, some lobby groups abroad and even some politicians here at home keep saying so. But the facts tell a more complicated story. From 2019 to 2023, about 56,000 people were killed in violence. Not all of it was religious. In that same period, there were 65 church attacks with 244 Christians killed inside worship centers. But there were also 12 mosque attacks, leaving 45 Muslims dead while praying. The violence is ongoing. In 2025, 5 worshippers were shot dead in a Zamfara mosque. Just weeks later in Katsina, 13 Muslims were killed during dawn prayers in Malumfashi. And back in August, bandits massacred about 50 people in villages across the same state. Now, these are not one-sided stories. The patterns are clear. In the northeast, Boko Haram burned churches but also slaughtered Muslims who stood in their way. In the northwest, bandits raid and kidnap mostly Muslim communities for ransom and revenge. In the north central, farmer-herder clashes are economic struggles over land where Christians and Muslims die. In the southeast, violence linked to IPOB and its armed wing, the ESN, has claimed at least 776 lives since 2021, according to SPM intelligence. All 5 states across the region have been hit by attacks tied to sit-at-home orders, which not only cost lives but also cripple the economy. An estimated 7.6 trillion naira lost in just 2 years from market shutdowns, broken supply chains, and stalled businesses across the region. In a region that is overwhelmingly Christian, these killings show that the violence is not anti-Christian, but political and separatist in nature. So, why are some organizations cherry-picking only church attacks? Why do some politicians lean into the Christian genocide line when elections are near? With 2027 around the corner, insecurity in Nigeria has become a campaign talking point, turning real human suffering into political ammunition. Religious persecution exists. Christians have suffered terrible attacks. But framing Nigeria's crisis as a one-sided genocide erases Muslim victims, oversimplifies decades-old communal and economic conflicts, and deepens divisions. The reality is this: both churches and mosques are under fire. Both Christians and Muslims are bleeding, and the killers are terrorists, bandits, and militias. Not one religion against another.
So the phone lines are now open and the numbers are displayed on your screen. Do well to call us in and share your thoughts on the topic that we'll be discussing this morning: national security. Are politicians weaponizing religion? What is your take on this topic? You can also send us a WhatsApp message. Hauwa, when it comes to, religion issues, mixing up with politics, elections and what have you, it is a very dicey one, because over time we have seen, a lot of, incidents happening in the north, and, these victims are, mostly Muslims. I don't want, people to, spread the narrative that it has to do with, a particular religion that, is being attacked all the time, because most of the recent killings that we have seen, let me use this year as an example. Most of, the killings we have seen this year, whether you're a Christian, you're a Muslim, you're a traditional worshipper, whatever you believe in, a lot of people are being affected in this, the insecurity. Everybody, despite where you come from and, what religion you belong to. I think we have a caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where you're calling from? Good morning, Adi from London.
Good morning, Ade.
Good morning.
Thank you. Yes, politicians are weaponizing religion. I agree with that. But there is no religion war in Nigeria. No. There's not like Muslim again, Christian. No, we don't have that. It's the politicians that are using that to score political gain. There is not like Muslim fighting, or they are killing Christian more than Muslim. I don't agree with that at all. Being somebody that lived in the north in those days, in the 70s, so I know how it operates. So somebody will just rise up among the elite and create confusion. But within ourselves, everybody, we are used to each other. You worship your religion, I worship my religion. Even then, when there is no technology, no phone, nothing, in late 70s, 80s, we lived in good harmony. For example, somebody like me, when I was living in Kano, I live where they call Kano Gizo. It's inside the city where, in fact, I'm the only Christian in there. So you can imagine, inside the city. So those who know the north, they know the place. So there is nothing like, I don't believe in it. But the politicians, when they want to do something, they will bring up religion problem. So I disagree with whoever do the story that they are killing Christians. No, I don't. They are killing both Christian and Muslim. These are bandits, and these are whatever others, whatever farmers clashes. Those are the only one reigning in Nigeria now. Others and farmers. Even the bandits, they are going down a bit. The others are, if you look at Kwara State yesterday, it's online everywhere on TV. So the whole village, they were running a scatter. Even the governor was calling an emergency meeting because of elders farmers clash, killing people. So it's not about Christian or Muslim. No. I don't want people to confuse people and create problem in our country. No. But it's these elders farmers. The Minister of Livestock, I don't know what the man is doing. He's not doing anything. They just removing and changing. Because where there's crime, is supposed to run there, address those headers. If we see that in Abuja, and he won't do anything. So that's why the Americans some who are contacting America, and they are coming to the conclusion that there's a killing Christian in Nigeria. No, they are not killing Christian. They are killing Christian. They are killing Muslim. That's not our problem. Our problem is elders, farmers clash. So they should be serious and wake up and do something about it, and let this thing solve once and for all. We have to live together. We don't have any alternative. Let's live together and be okay together. I live in Kano. I made my money in Kano, and I was okay. So before I travel out, when money was still money. So, and likewise, many people there. Even in my time, there's a man from Ogun State in Kano. He has 100 houses in 1981, and the Kano government has to ban him not to get more houses anymore. He has a legitimate business he's doing, crankshaft business. So many of them, so you make, everybody can travel and live anywhere you want. So we are together. And God will unite us together. The law will still reign, but others and farmers is the problem now. It's a time bomb in Nigeria. Government should wake up and do something. God bless Nigeria. Good morning, ladies.
Thank you very much, Ade, for that. Maimuna, when it comes to speaking about violence, and it is related to religious violence, and a lot of utterances instigate, these kind of false divide. Absolutely. Whereby one party would say there is, some kind of a target on a particular religion. That is quite, should I say, an angle that is usually used, especially when it comes time for election, when it comes for the politicians to be out there, utterances that would instigate some kind of disagreement, some kind of unrest when it comes to it. Let's take our caller and hear what they have to say. Hello, good morning. Thank you for joining us. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, good morning, my sister Hauwa. I'm Maimuna.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm calling from Taraba State. My name is Kiyawa Saleh.
Thank you for joining us. Go ahead.
Yes, what is happening is not about the religion, please. What is happening in this country is not about religion. The biggest problem we have in this country is our politicians, including masses. The masses have their own problem. So these people are talking about the religion. Forget about them. Every human being in this country know what is right and know what is wrong. This bandit issue, whatever, is something that people know, but they don't want to come out and tell the people the real truth what is happening. Every day, every hour, every minute, people are dying in this country for nothing. So, me particularly, I'm begging the government to go and make these people, these bandits or whatever, they know what they are doing, no? They are not real what they are doing. Nobody is power more than government. Nobody. Government know what the right thing to do. So we are in trouble. But our biggest problem now, to keep prayer, whether you're Muslim or you're Christian, keep praying for this country. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you
for calling in and sharing your thoughts. Just like you rightly pointed out, utterances. I mean, Nigerians will say that the politicians that we have, over time or over the years, they have seen and heard that, they tend to use, religion as a tool. Okay, we have Shetima on the line. Good morning, Shetima. Thank you for calling in.
Good morning, Maimuna. Good morning, Hauwa. Good morning, Trust TV. Good morning, Nigeria. This is Shetima Kujima calling from Maiduguri.
Good morning, Shetima. Thank you for joining us. Go ahead.
Well, weaponizing religion in politics, it has been in existence for long. But the facts remain as it is. We are all rational. We all know what is right, as my brother just dropped the phone have said. We all know what is right. We all know what is wrong. But as a rational human being, nobody can convince you that this crisis has to do with any religion. This crisis, it was a group of criminals that gang up in the name of championing politics. They are disturbing the whole country. They are taking life unnecessarily. They are claiming people's life. Because this crisis doesn't know whether you are a Muslim or you are a Christian or you are worshiping whatever type of religion. It is a disaster. that approach our country. We are praying for Almighty Allah to wave away this crisis. We are praying for Almighty Allah to shower us with peace. But our people, I want them to understand one thing. You should not agree with any politician that try to associate this crisis with any religion. As Ade was saying, I know when we are in primary school and secondary schools, I know my friends who are from east and west. Some there were Igbos, some there were Yorubas. My very close friend, I used to say Ukemi Akwan. He's from Uyo, and we have stayed in peace with him. Ukemi was attending a funeral ceremony of our brothers and sisters who they have died. And we used to go to their houses together. We do things together. We don't know anything like religion or tribe as them. So nowadays, due to political ambition, some people there have been injecting this issue of religion, this issue of ethnic differences, just to divide us for their own personal interests. We have to shine our eyes. We have to know. From any part of country you come from, you are a Nigerian. From any tribe that you belong to, you are a Nigerian. Our main concern is that citizenship of Nigeria. If you are a Nigerian, it's final. We don't care from anywhere you come from. If you are told you can live peacefully with people, you are welcome. Well, I do not see any difference about it, because our constitution says you have right to reside in any part of the country. So there is no issue of whether you come from this place, you come from that place. This is politics. They want to divide us and rule us. Or, when we have been divided, the looting and everything will be so cheap, very easy for them. So we have to shine our eyes, please and please. We should know that we are all brothers. And these people that they are losing their life in this crisis, they are all Nigerians. They are Nigerians, whether we like it or not. Talkless of whether it is a Muslim or whatever. They are all Nigerians. When you lose a Nigerian, you lose a Nigerian. And one life is with us. Whenever this life has been taken away, we don't have any reserved life to do. So we have to shine our eyes. We have to know whom are we going to vote for. And anybody that start to using religion as a weapon in politics, we have to keep him aside. We have to give him a red card in the politics of Nigeria. Thank you so much and have a nice day.
Thank you very much, Shetima. For all that are watching, we're still on the topic on national security. Are politicians weaponizing a religion? Make sure you call us in on the numbers displayed on your screen or send us WhatsApp messages. We'd like to hear from you at this point. What are your thoughts on this situation, on what is going on in Nigeria, on the atrocities that are being committed? A lot of the politicians or people that come out there in the media saying that these attacks are usually, religious leaned. But what are your thoughts? We'd like to hear from you. All right, we have a caller. Hello, good morning. Thank you for joining us. What is your name and where are you calling from?
I think we have a Basin Kong on the line.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. My name is Dave. I'm calling from Kiyawa State.
All right, thank you for joining us. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm from the northern part of Nigeria, and I still want to believe that we are all together and it's the essence of our creation of Nigeria. But I just want to ask a question to those who are saying that there's no genocide of Christians in Nigeria. What about a peace state that we are killed because we stood up and said something about a religion? And an imam who's supposed to be a teacher of gospels in the mosque and did not condemn, justify the killing in the name of Islam. How do you call that one? The killing of the killing of Christians in Nigeria is in two phases. I agree. My sister is a Muslim, our president is Muslim. We all understood what is going on in Nigeria. If you are saying that the killing in Nigeria has nothing to do with genocide of Christians, I am asking, what about the Christians that are being killed? Maybe a woman was killed just because she has an altercation with a man who said she abused Prophet Muhammad. And that's genocide. But the one going on, planning, others, or whatever, when Boko Haram started, we know a lot of imams who stood in the mosques who supported what they're doing. Not until when the people point against them that they are not saying that it's a Muslim. When the prophet does not like that, we are writing and happy. Not until when the clock change. I believe strongly as a Christian in the northern part of Nigeria, grew up, born, and I did everything in Nigeria here. So I can tell you vividly, without fear, without favor, there is a genocide of people going on in Nigeria. Until a Muslim stood up, until a Muslim cleric stood up and condemned clearly when they kill any Christians because of religion. If not so, I will not believe it. I have a lot of good Muslim brothers and sisters. We have a lot of good imams, and we still have people who are fueling the killing of Christians. How can somebody justify a killing of a lady because she said something against their religion? What about the person that they abused Jesus Christ? And then it was overlooked. And somebody will come and justify the killing that in Islam you can never abuse the Prophet Muhammad and go scot-free. They must kill you. Is it not the genocide I'm talking about? How many Christians are killed in the north in the name of abusing Prophet Muhammad? What's the genocide? And that's what they're talking about, because when you understand the content, what is the meaning of genocide? You start from the meaning of genocide. Is it true? Has any Muslim being ever killed in Nigeria because of Jesus Christ? Just to tell us, a lot of Christians, men and women, have been murdered in this country because they said something like.
All right. Thank you very much for your opinion and thoughts when it comes to this particular topic. There are different aspects and different perspectives, especially in a sensitive issue like this, and everyone's perspective would be different, everyone's experience would be different. But when it comes to, the alleged genocide of people, especially Christians in Nigeria, what we have to look at is the broader aspect and broader spectrum of what is going on here in Nigeria. It is not a one-sided or one singular thing that a particular, religion is suffering from when it comes to having a better security in the country. And this is affecting a lot of lives. This is affecting a lot of people, from, the killings that happened in Benue State, from the killings that happened in Plateau States, from the killings in Katsina and Zamfara. All those that are happening are still on that spectrum of the insecurity that we're suffering from in Nigeria. All right, let's take our next caller. Hello, good morning. Thank you for joining us. What is your name and where are you calling from? Hello, good morning. All right, we lost our caller. Make sure you call us in. We'd like to hear from you at this point. If this is a critical topic that we are discussing at this point on national security.
Morning.
All right, let's take our caller. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Abasinkong. Thank you for calling us.
Good morning, lovely people, television station. I want to appreciate Trust TV for the wonderful job you are doing. And I also want to appreciate Nigerians for listening to this wonderful television station. I am Abasinkong calling from Gombe State. Sincerely speaking, as a Nigerian, we need to be security conscious. And we should not allow politicians to weaponize, use us as a weaponry to antagonize our fellow brothers and sisters. Sincerely speaking, what is security risk? It is a person or thing that may be threat to the safety of the church, organization, state, local government, and country. Why am I saying this? Most of this, if you look at the killing of Poncho Williams in Lagos, who perpetrated it? It is the politicians. Who killed Delegiwa? They are politicians. Up till date, we have not been able to uncover the killers of these people. Several others. Abiola wife, who killed her? The politicians, because they want to stay glued to office. Until we start picking out these things, it will remain uncovered. I'm telling you to the truth. Look at, let any journalist wake up today and say they want to uncover a sin. That person will be killed. And that is why I constantly pray for you people. You people that are doing the right thing, all these journalists, you are at risk, security risk. The journalists are really, their lives are at stake because they want to speak the truth. Yes, there are a lot of things that are wrong. Because, why am I saying this? Things that are wrong are that one, the institution that needed to put these things right, they have been compromised, either monetarily or otherwise, or with position. And that is why we need active security. We need passive security. We need macro and micro and preventive security and detective security. If all these things are not on ground to be checked, there will be problems. Trust TV, thank you this morning. God bless Trust TV. God bless Nigeria. This is a station to pick. Please, when you listen to this station, don't touch the dial. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Abasinko, for your contributions always. All right. Looking at, the broader picture, I believe we have a couple of WhatsApp messages right here that would do as well to go through. We have a first one from John in Abuja. He says, good morning, Trust TV. First of all, the killings going on in Nigeria is perpetrated by pure criminals who are operating for their own known agenda. It is not a religious thing. Secondly, from what we just saw on the TV in Katsina, where bandits came out in large numbers, giving terms and conditions to the leaders of Katsina is a big slap on on Nigeria and signaling a failed state. With the time, these bandits will give a condition of being elected into power, or else they will attack the communities, and that is never a welcome idea in a sovereign nation. Thank you very much, John, for your contribution.
All right, we have another message from Nandi Better, and it says on the issue of a national security, the Boko Haram violence came with something that initially looked like a religious agenda. But the insecurity which has fueled the AK-47 economy now has clearly defined any religious branding. Christians and Muslims alike and all victims. We have heard stories of how non-Nigerians were imported a few years back to come and influence the outcome of the presidential electoral process and all that. But truth is, the way things are going, it will be safe to say that Nigeria is being invaded by foreign forces to take control of grazing grounds for their cattle and exploit our solid minerals resources through weaponized illegal mining activities. Government must therefore take the issue of national security much more seriously. Thank you, Nandi Better, for sending in your message this morning from Goja.
All right, next up we have a message from Ibrahim Ahmed Yola. He says this false narrative on Niger is aimed at destroying the country in order to exploit our resources. The clerics being used to destroy the country will face their darkness in the grave. Nigerians are so passionate about religion, but has that stopped the corruption, lack of empathy, wickedness, and liars? Is the kidnapping and killings in the southeast Niger being done by Muslims? It's sad that is not religious crimes, development and prosperity are attained. All right, thank you very much, Ibrahim Yola, for your contribution. So looking at, these and the way Nigerians are reacting when it comes to it. But then we have to look at the broader picture. At the end of the day, we are all Nigerians, and what affects me affects you. What affects one Nigerian affects all Nigerian. And the issue of insecurity is something that needs to be combated and battled with to see an end to it. Because having people lose their lives on the daily, whether it be Muslim or Christian, we are all Nigerians, and Nigerians deserve to be safe in their vicinity, in their communities, in their states, in their country as well. So having to put these kind of religious misconception on a platform, it just continues to divide us. When it comes to it, at the end of the day, lives were lost.
Okay, just to add to what you said, we have a collective responsibilities as, citizens, as Nigerians, to be able to dictate when, a politician is trying to manipulate us into, believing that, okay, because the other person is not from your religion or whatever, we need to spot all of this and take responsibility. We need to purge our minds, pick the things that are relevant and leave the ones that are not relevant. Don't be, a tool for a politician to, manipulate and say, all type of things and give you a false narrative when it comes to, religion and staying peacefully with everyone. We have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from? Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Mustala calling from Abuja.
All right. Please kindly tone down the volume of your TV set a bit. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Murtala. I'm calling from Abuja.
Yes, thank you for calling in. Can you please turn down the volume of your TV set so we can hear you clearly?
I've done that. Good morning.
All right. Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Presenters and good morning, everybody. Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Please go ahead.
Good morning.
Yes, and what I'm trying to say about it is a very good thing you are doing this morning. And a lot of viewers and responders have spoken, and some of them have spoken well. But actually, when you are looking at Nigeria as a whole, there's this problem of religion. We cannot run away from it. It's the truth that there is a problem of religion. But when somebody is responding, at least he needs to respond specifically on the topic you people are discussing. It was so unfortunate that somebody will come out and started saying that people killed because of Prophet Muhammad, and there is no anywhere a Christian, it's something of Jesus Christ all day. In Muslim Islam, once somebody abuses Jesus, it's even out of Islam. But when you are talking, when you want to put something in a good shape, at least there are some things you don't need to talk about them. If a respondent wants to respond back to it, there are similar cases in Plateau, in Oromi, in where Muslims were killed without any reasons. In fact, that of Plateau, the people just stopped in order to just ask of location. Then the people sitting there realized that they are Muslim, and that is where they attacked them and burned all those people to ashes. Only some few that were escaped because of military intervention. And it happened somewhere in the same plateau where people just went and greet their elder. In Bauchi, these are Hausa people living in Ibadan. On their way back from Bauchi, they were killed all simply because they are Muslim. So these things, we the masses have our own problem that the religious leaders have to address it. But that could not stop, and that will not make one come out outrightly and say that the Muslims are killing or they want to genocide Christians. It's not like that. There are places you find that, and if you are bringing instance, you can't bring that as an excuse. Please, even we that we are given the opportunity to talk, let us control our emotion and talk basically on what we have, the program, and help Nigeria all. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you
All
for
right, thank you
calling
very
in this
much,
morning
Mustafa,
and
for that.
sharing your thoughts. We need to understand that, both religion, teaches peace, tolerance, love.
love.
It is very important that we know these things. And the moment we, accept people the way they are, despite the religion, they practice,
That will not be used to be as a weapon, of divide.
Absolutely. We tend to live in peace. I really don't know at what point we Nigerians, got to this level as to using religion as a tool against one another. And then our politicians, our leaders are aware of those things. And most times they make use of those things, most especially when it comes, to, during the election period. They tend to use this religion as a tool for everybody not to be in peace. I mean, it's not a good thing. We are all one regardless.
We have to change our narrative. We have to change our understanding of what is going on. And we have to have a broader outlook to understand the situation. All right, let's take our next caller. Hello, good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Hello, good morning, Hauwa.
Yes, good morning.
This is Shetima Kurima back again.
Thank you, Shetima, for calling back.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Honestly speaking, as my brother dropped the phone just said, in a situation like this one, some people they are irrational. Some people they are irrational. They can speak out of point, and they can speak out of what I can say, just out of hatred. But what we are praying for, we want our people to understand that we are one. All what we are fighting for is for Nigeria. Nigeria to be united. Nigeria to change for better. That is our concern. We are all brothers. Here in Maiduguri, the so-called home of Boko Haram, we have a one word in Baga Road. They call it Jerusalem. They are all concentrated by Igbos. They are all Igbos there. They own the land, they build it, and they stay there, near Shagari locals. No any attack was ever launched in that area. So we have to understand, this is a group of criminals that gang up, wage a war against us. Regardless whether you are a Muslim or you are a Christian. They don't care. What they are after is to take life, to kill people, to design a miserable life for all Nigerians. We have to understand this. There is nothing like a religion sector in this issue. We have to join head together and fight this cause to the logical conclusion so that we can have a good Nigeria. I am speaking now. I lost my brothers in this crisis. My brothers, I lost them. I lost my close confidence. I lost a relative members. I lost a lot of people. So I do not take it. This is attack by social religion against social religion. No, I take it as an attack by foolish people against innocent Nigerians. So we have to understand this. We have to unite. If at all we want to succeed in seeing new Nigeria. Thank you so much and have a nice day.
Thank you, Shetima, for calling us back in. That's the much we can take this morning on our interactive segment. To all of our viewers who reached out to us this morning by either sending in your WhatsApp messages or calling us. Thank you for staying tuned to Daybreak. We'll take a short breather now, and when we come back, we'll dive into our discussion segment. Do stay with us.